Hey, this is a short video that should give you an insight in the current development stage of the prototype. Behind me you see the 10th prototype being made by the future producer, meaning that the people who are going to produce the tent in higher quantities had already had the chance to practice on 10 prototypes, getting familiar with the construction and also the material. So yeah, let's have a look. So from the last prototype to this prototype, I would say there are just very little changes that we have done. Just for instance, you might notice on the web page we still used here a Velcro strap to mount the tent to the bicycle. That is now being exchanged by this TPU strap that is very sturdy to not just mount the tent but also lock the brake, which is just a bit easier to operate to mount the tent. Then here on the back side we also added already a care label with a QR code that leads you then to a homepage where you can find valuable information about how to take care of the tent basically. Then another small changes what we did is we increased the magnetic force here on the door keepers to make sure they really stay on even in stronger winds. And here you can see basically the setup with the fly and the fully enclosed inner tent. And here the rest, which is included in the whole tent system. That's the separated floor that can be used instead of the fully enclosed inner tent. Can be mounted at the same points to the fly as well, here at the corner and here as well on the back. Then this is the smaller compression bag if you just use the floor and the fly. If you take the whole system with the fully enclosed inner tent, this is the larger size compression bag. And then here the separated bag to store the pegs and also the poles. Then maybe another thing that is worthy to mention, this prototype still uses a bleached undyed fabric, meaning this prototype is a bit more white than the final product will be. The final product just will use a raw undyed nylon, which happens to be then a bit more yellowish than a bleached version. We're using an undyed fabric basically because that's the most effective and easy way to reduce the CO2 footprint. So not coloring the fabric basically uses less water, reducing the CO2 footprint. That's why the fly is white. And then furthermore over here we already received the latest pole samples. They come in this nice raw matte finish, the carbon poles with the aluminium tips, and also the pegs are raw aluminium. They're 19 centimeters long and quite sturdy. Yeah. And over here, that's the cardboard box which I'm working on. That's basically still in development. I still want to add some graphics here with a few tips how to set up the tent. Yeah. Oh yeah, about how to set up the tent, actually that was a change as well. Here we added those small paper labels on the peg loops, which guide you through the setup process once you set it up for the first time, just as a guidance on the tent itself. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think that could be a valuable format to basically talk about the tent and staying in touch with you during the campaign. So when you have any other questions, let me know. I'm happy to do another of those videos.